Have you ever felt like you're struggling in your life? Like you get many curveballs thrown at you. These curveballs disrupt your plans, change your course of life. Today, I want to share with you how embracing these curveballs can transform your life. What did you want to be when you grew up? When I was young, I wanted to make a difference in people's lives and change the world, but I also had certain expectations to follow what my parents believe, and that is to follow the traditional career path. So I thought being a doctor will please my parents and also make a difference in this world. I was very certain that I would get into medical school and be a brilliant doctor. But one day I found out I had failed the entrance exam to get into medical school. My world came crashing down. For the first time in my life, I felt lost in terms of my future career path. At the same time, things were not going great at home. My father couldn't find employment in Perth, Western Australia, so he decided to go back to Taiwan to start up his own business. And he was in fact running a failing business. My mother was a full-time homemaker, essentially a single mother raising 3 kids on her own with no family support. And life was difficult. What was I going to do next? I started asking my friends what they were going to study in university, and they all said engineering. So without much thought, I also enrolled in engineering. Now you know that it's not going to go down really well. You know this. So it began 4 long years of studying at a course where I had absolutely no passion in. I was simply following the advice of my friends and the popular choices made by them. This curveball has taught me the importance of listening to your inner voice and following your passion rather than succumbing to external expectations. Curveball number 2. So in 2002, I finally graduated from university. I was going to go out there and get a decent job. You see, during my studies, I've had to work as a waitress at night to make the ends meet. And to be honest, while everyone was studying at university, I was working at night as a waitress, trying to make ends meet. So I was determined to get a decent job. And at that time, I was also told my father was diagnosed with terminal cancer. And sadly, he passed away, leaving behind a huge financial debt. And at that time, we had eventually lost our home. My mother couldn't find employment because of her English barrier. My younger sister was still in high school, and I was a fresh university graduate. I was desperate to find a job. Resilience is built in times of adversity. It is important to hold on to that power of hope, to not to give up, even when circumstances seem bleak. Curveball number 3. Finally, I had that call for an interview. I decided to lower my expectations and apply for admin jobs. I remember going to my first interview, really excited. The branch manager was going through the resume and said, "I see that you've got an engineering degree. Is there a reason why would you apply for a receptionist job?" I hesitated. By that time, I thought to myself, he's not going to give me a job. I'm overqualified. But I told him I was struggling to get any interview for engineering job. I'm a hard worker. I just need someone to give me a chance. I felt like there was this awkward silence in the room. And he looked at me and he said, "Actually, there is another job opening at another department. It's a corporate account manager position, and I think you'll be great at that job. If you'd like to take it today, I'm happy to offer it to you." I could not believe this. Someone was willing to give me a chance and a better opportunity. I jumped straight to it and accepted it. By the age of 27, I had become one of the youngest branch manager at a global firm. I had the money, I had the power, but something was missing inside me. You see, all my life, I have been a people pleaser. I've said yes to everyone, even when I really wanted to say no. So one day, when the managing director came and approached me and said, "Maryann, we've got this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for you. We're going to send you to Hong Kong and you're going to manage a bigger branch." And I thought to myself, well, this is once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. But I decided to turn down the opportunity. Why? When I told my friends, they were saying, "Why? You're never going to get that opportunity again." When I told my mum, she was like, "Right, when are we moving to Hong Kong? I'm ready." But you see, I've decided this opportunity isn't going to align with my values and my passion. Over these years, climbing the corporate ladder had been exhausting. And really, all I wanted to do was to have a family of my own and get married. So I finally had the courage to go up to my managing director and said, "James, I'm going to quit my job and not move to Hong Kong." And I thought he was going to say to me, "Girl, you've made the biggest mistake of your life. You're never going to get anywhere with your career." But he didn't. He said, "Okay." And I said, "Sorry, did you just said okay?" And he went, "Yes, if that's what you really want to do, okay." I felt the sigh of relief. For once in my life, I had the courage to say no and walk away from such an opportunity. But here comes another setback. I was left without a job and with no plans to go to next. This experience taught me the power of being transparent and honest. Being honest at an interview by saying that I'm overqualified has led me to a better opportunity. Curveball number 4, the finale. So I decided to leave the corporate world and finally got married. Unfortunately, due to my ill health, I suffered from multiple miscarriages, and that triggered a severe episode of depression and anxiety. I remember waking up one morning in a sobering mess. I could not breathe. I felt like I was literally dying. The symptom went from worse to bad. I found myself not being able to function, and I was eventually hospitalized. Now, this period of darkness was the hardest thing that I had to go in my life. I realized all my life I've been taking care of others and not really looking after my own needs. And I needed time to heal from my mental, physical exhaustion. Seeking help was the best thing that has happened to me in my life. Now, looking back, it might not be, but it was. I had a team of medical staff looking after me. I received a combination of medication and therapy, and that has helped with healing my journey. And it is a journey of rediscovering myself again. You see, I have convinced myself that I'm a failure, that I was never going to amount to anything in life. And that was the last straw that broke the camel's back. But I wouldn't be speaking here to you here today if that's how it all ended. So, you may be wondering, did I eventually come out of this period of darkness? And the answer was yes. I decided to finally do something for myself for a change, and that is to start up a baking business. Now, this journey eventually led me to start up a not-for-profit organization aiming to empower marginalized women. The 3 key lessons I like to share from embracing these 4 curveballs. Number 1, embracing vulnerability. Vulnerability is not a sign of weakness, but it is a sign of strength, of getting to know yourself again, of self-discovery. Number 2, finding your purpose. You see, after launching my business and later on founding a not-for-profit organization, I realized I was aligning my work to my core values and purpose. Number 3, choose courage over comfort. By stepping out of my comfort zone, I was able to say no to things that does not align with my values. And it is okay to take a step back to look after my own needs. My life stories have shown you that in life you will encounter many setbacks and many curveballs. These challenges are not there to break you, but to help you rise above it. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of the journey. Embrace these challenges and the hope that something better out there is possible if you're willing to work for it and to fight for it. You matter. You belong. And when you feel overwhelmed in life, remember, this is not your defining moment. Rise strong and be courageous to step out of your comfort zone. That's when true growth follows. And when you feel like you can't go on with your life anymore, just remember, this too shall pass. Thank you.